Across the aisles of supermarkets and fridges of many homes, there lies one tight and easy meal to be found: the TV dinner. Despite the availability of to-go orders and home cooking, TV dinners has been a poster child of supper for many decades. What exactly led to the rise of these flash frozen foods, and how did this industry enter American society? Though the origin of TV dinners consisted between three major groups, all three sought to provide a hearty meal to families, and this will become the cushion for these families later to come. Especially if you're busy, poor, or tired, as now these people can have a dinner ready at any time. I'll be discussing these three big contributors, starting with Maxim Food System Inc. during World War II, Gary Thomas's attempt to sell excess turkeys, and finally Swanson's company rise to the domestic sphere. Amidst the battlefield of World War II, Maxim Food System Inc. has found an ergonomic way of feeding U.S. soldiers. According to the article for the Pennsylvania Center of Books titled Pittsburgh Freezer, David Borner discussed how Maxim invented the Strauss plate, a tray containing meat, vegetables, and potatoes, and was principally used by the military and civilian flights. Borner mentioned these meals could replace the old cold sandwiches because they could last much longer. If not overeaten, they could be eaten at another time. War rations is a major source of morale for soldiers, and something like a cold sandwich cannot possibly inspire much hope, especially in a war as critical as World War II. Maxim's Strauss plate, on the other hand, can easily keep this morale high by providing not only essential nutrients for the soldiers, but also being easily prepared on the go. The tray design allows soldiers to carry their food from one area to the other, and the material the trays were made of meant for hassle-free cooking. These Strauss plates were the first forays into portable eating. Unfortunately, this project never reached the market due to a couple of reasons. According to the Library of Congress, the reason Maxim never gone past the military or airline spheres was due to financial reasons and the death of their founder. These two reasons put an end to the Strauss Plates legacy, or Sky Plates that they were trying to rebrand to the public. The company dissolved in 1948, and so their war rations were not available in any ways. Add to the fact that post-World War II America was willing to spend more on goods such as homes, appliances, and automobiles, and the surrounding businesses at the time prioritizing these industries, there were much attention put into the Strauss plate. The first ready-made foods suited well in the trenches of World War II thanks to its portability, but quietly disappeared in the immediate post-war scene. Maxim's attempt did not go public, but the efforts of one man to fix his company's error will help push the interest of frozen food to the public later on. Surprisingly, Gary Thomas's plan to sell excess turkeys will end up sparking the household staple that we know today. Amber Kaneko wrote for the Farmer's Almanac talking about how Thomas managed such a feat. The company in question, Swanson, was said to have been left with 260 tons of turkeys after Thanksgiving, and Gary Thomas came to the rescue. He ordered aluminum trays and put together an assembly line, and before long, his TV dinners complete with cornbread stuffing were available in supermarkets around the nation for 98 cents. The company overestimated their projected turkey sales, and seeing how when you go shopping after Thanksgiving, whole turkeys are the last thing you want to see. Gary Thomas's turkey dinners are a fantastic workaround this issue, as this Thanksgiving staple can now be enjoyed not only in smaller portions, but any time of the year. Families in need of a quick dinner can easily pop in one of these turkey dinners in the oven, and it will come out as a miniature feast. And the cherry on top is the low price of 98 cents per piece, an affordable and attractive price for the family at the time. In Thomas's time, it could not be any better, as the dinners would become a fantastic companion piece for television. Smithsonian Magazine writer Owen Edwards went to great lengths regarding this union. As home entertainment shifted from the piano to the giant wooden box with flickering screens, the idea of watching programs at home seems transformative, a tipping point in the changed world. The idea of pre-prepared food, heated up in the last moment, seems to fit right in with the spontaneous excitement of gathering around the TV. The 1950s entered the future, where entertainment is electric, food is fast and ready, and people can wind down at the end of the day and relax. No longer were the days of the Great Depression or World War II where every day was spent in fear and food rationing. Now people can have access to free prepared food and their new fridges and something to pass time with. Life got a whole lot easier for the average American during this period. Gary Thomas' success in selling these turkeys had revolutionized how Americans lived their lives at home with ready to made foods and a TV to watch with. However, there are still some debates about the legitimacy of Thomas's fame. Even Swanson themselves refuted the claim by stating their sons of the founders are the true inventors of frozen TV dinners. The true origin of frozen dinners is heavily contested, and the company Gary Thomas saved from embarrassment pointed their own inner circle as the true founders. The website History Daily, Swanson brothers Gilbert and Clark hosted a party, and unfortunately for them and their guests, they had to eat out their last. In addition to supposedly running into truckloads of excess poultry, the brother packaged raised easy to make meals with nothing but frozen turkey and changed the diets of million Americans. Quite the bold statement on Swanson's part, especially when they would later coin the term TV dinner itself. But much of the same principles stand with Thomas. There was an excess amount of turkey that needed to be sold, and the brothers saw frozen food on a tray as the best method of selling it. The trays solved the brothers' need to feed a crowd without having to need a bunch of plates in a small area and solved their company's excess in one fell swoop. Regardless of who thought the idea first, it is clear both parties had the same plan. A major key to the success of Swanson TV dinner came with the commercials and how well it advertised itself. Looking at two commercials of Swanson dinners in 1955 and 1958, the directors framed the meals as quick and easy to make for the housewife and a hungry husband to make in a pinch. The 1955 commercials emphasize how the housewife can prepare a meal for her husband under a short notice, even if you happen to bring a couple of guys over. The commercial knows how lucky a husband is to have a wife who can cook a Swanson TV dinner, and how lucky the wife is to have one on hand. And this appeal for the TV dinner is further developed in 1955, where the commercial had the housewife having more time to play with the kids and attend to her other duties without having to fret over the main course. A family under a Swanson family spend more time with each other or in leisure without having to fret over when to cook dinner. After all, TV dinner only needs about 20 minutes in the oven for a whole feast for the whole family. The history of TV dinners, though conflicted, aimed to provide an easy meal for the whole family. We took a glimpse at some of the key innovators of these frozen dinners and how these novelty dinners influenced the American diet. Without them, families would struggle in providing a good meal, especially if time and money were become a great issue for the chef. So next time when you find yourself struggling to make dinner or in tight for cash, always know there's a TV dinner somewhere that can help you out.